in the quiet moments when the world sleeps and only your breath fills the silence. A truth rises soft, persistent, and absolute. You are mortal. You will die. This is not said to stir fear, but to awaken reverence. The Stoics, ever intimate with this truth, etched it into the rhythm of their thoughts. Memento Mori, remember death. These two words were not a morbid chant, but a sacred compass. For Marcus Aurelius, death was not an end to be feared, but a frame, bringing sharp clarity to life. For Seneca, each passing hour was a unit of wealth more precious than gold, more fragile than glass. Why do we avoid this truth? Why do we build lives so full of noise, so saturated with tasks, with accumulation, with running, always running, yet rarely pausing to ask, toward what? For what? We fear death not because it is unnatural, but because we have not learned how to live. Yet, the Stoic does not wait until the end to reflect. The Stoic stands at the edge of each moment, gazes into time, and chooses presence over pretense. The Stoic remembers death not to despair, but to decide. When you remember you are mortal, you no longer postpone the essential. You stop trading your hours for things that rust. You stop saying someday and begin saying now. Picture this. A man hurries to work, heart pounding, eyes on a screen. He ignores the morning light, the child's laughter, the quiet love, and the partner's gaze. Why? Because his mind says, there is time. But is there? The Stoic answers, you do not know. Therefore, live as though each breath is unknown. Do not waste it in worry. Do not burn it in anger. Do not smother it in distraction. Use it. Honor it. Seneca said, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Death does not arrive as a thief in the night. It was always walking beside you. The Stoic does not flinch when it speaks. He nods and says, yes, I know. That is why I live awake. To cherish time is not merely to schedule it. It is to feel its texture, its weight, its fleeting scent like smoke in cold air. How much of your time belongs to you? How many minutes do you actually inhabit? A Stoic takes time seriously because time is life itself. Money lost can be earned again. Reputation can be rebuilt. But a lost hour is a vanished world. It will never return. So, the Stoic asks, is this hour aligned with who I wish to be? Is this use of time worthy of my soul? He removes the unnecessary. He silences the shallow. He dares to be bored rather than distracted. And in that silence, time becomes visible again. The modern world rewards busyness, but busyness is not the same as meaning. The Stoic is not in haste. He is in depth. Cherishing time also means embracing simplicity. Walk slower. Eat slower. Listen fully. Give people your eyes, not just your ears. Because the moments we dismiss are the moments that make us. To remember death and cherish time is not enough. One must then live aligned with virtue, with purpose, with soul. Living aligned is living without the gnawing regret of compromise. It is doing what is right, even when no one is watching. It is saying yes when the soul whispers yes, and no when the world screams yes, but the soul says nothing. A Stoic does not chase applause. He chases coherence. This means knowing what matters and letting the rest fall away. It means choosing courage over comfort, patience over impulse, truth over popularity. Living aligned is the quiet strength to say, I may be misunderstood, but I am not untrue. The Stoic finds dignity not in outcomes, but in alignment. When the end comes and it will, he does not tremble. He has lived as he meant to live. When you lie on your final bed, what will you wish you had done less of? Arguing, pleasing, postponing. And what will you wish you had done more of? Laughing, creating, loving, sitting quietly in the sunlight with nothing but your breath and your being. The Stoic answers those questions now, not later, because later is not promised. So, remember death. It is not your enemy. It is your mirror. Cherish time. It is not your possession. It is your passage. Live aligned. It is not a guarantee of success. It is the only path to peace. That is the Stoic way. That is the Discourse of Temporal Truth. The one who lives each moment as if it were his last finds not desperation, but depth. The one who walks with death as a companion does not falter in his step. He walks straighter, sees clearer, loves deeper. The Stoic knows death gives life its edges, and time gives life its meaning. He does not waste it chasing shadows or hiding from storms. He lives in accordance with nature, in accordance with reason, and in harmony with his highest self. When the noise of the world grows loud, he returns to the stillness within. When time slips through his fingers, he blesses what remains. And when death comes to close the book, he smiles, not because it is over, but because he wrote each page with purpose.